Hello folks, it is me, I'm Biggy and I'm back, and this is Let's Play XCOM, War of the Chosen modded with RPG
As
overhaul
long as
and
there's even
Covert
one Reaper
Infiltration.
left standing, you can bet they're still in the fight. Finger on the trigger.
And as much as I want to promote all these guys to start off with, found out that there's a lot to explain in this game, so we're gonna skip the promotions and we're going to go ahead and get started on a couple of things. First off, let's get started on Covert Infiltration. Covert Infiltration is going to be very different than our usual gameplay playthrough. Um, Progress, you'll be greeted with tutorial pops up that explains the changes that mod makes. Basically, you could disable them, and you could shut up, please, Bradford. What I just want to say is that yeah, tutorials will pop up every once in a while to
Getting the
explain
Avengers
Covert
power back online
Infiltration.
was a miracle. I'm not entirely sure how he deciphered their
But
system,
first off,
but
we're
we'd
going
still
to
be
go
half
ahead and
buried in the sand.
jump into the research center here to shut up these guys. And basically, we'll go.
Commander, to the armory.
I'm on my way. Just okay. So let's just go ahead and go research modular weapons. It unlocks magnetic weapons. This unlocks plated armor. Alien biotech unlocks all these autopsies here. Nice that there's like all these extra little bits that has unlocks but modular weapons will be the
I
most
do
important
find
thing.
that area of research to be among the more intriguing options.
Next, we'll go to engineering, skip the cutscene. Let's go ahead and build some facilities here. And here's our first change, resistance ring. So resistance ring is no longer needed to prepare covert actions, so that's quite different, but unlocks resistance orders and upgrades. So when the ring is built, you'll be able to assign orders, so that's really cool. It'll be done once, and afterwards you will need to wait for a supply drop as so getting things started will be important. Let's go ahead and build the resistance ring as a first thing. And just carry on here. We don't want to shove somebody in, engineer in at the moment. And let's go ahead and clear some debris here with our, let's go ahead, Johnny Cage. This is a bit greedy, but after I'm done with this, I'm going to switch Johnny here over to the resistance rings. Well, so it'll take 10 days plus 7, so 17 days. And we could actually have some resistance orders up and running. But I also want to see if the resistance orders available are going to
Commander,
be
to the armory.
shut
Tell
up,
me something, Doctor.
please.
Must have been pretty cushy working with Advent, living in the
Just gonna
colonies.
go.
So why the sudden change of heart?
Can I just
Most people
can
have
I just
wanted
shut
to
them up?
believe that the aliens were
Nope, I can't.
legitimately interested in peace.
Ugh.
Although they left me little choice when it came to working with them, I admit I
What
was
is this?
drawn to the sense of normalcy they offered.
Locked.
It was a mistake.
You should have known
Building
better.
sparks and
The
begin
aliens would
spark
never have
repairs.
come
Okay,
here if they wanted peace.
As
it's
I
just
said,
making
it
sparks a
was
little bit
mistake.
different.
One I hope to atone for through my efforts with Xcom.
Then I'd say you've
All
got
right.
your work cut out for you. Just
So-
give the word and I'll get started, Commander. Hello, Commander.
Go ahead and press the view soldiers button here. So let's start off with the similarities first before we talk about the whole RPG overhaul thing. You can still see that soldiers still have the soldiers aren't created equal. They have different aims, different wills, different movement speeds, and different hacks as starting abilities. Um, you also have what's called a gene pool. They basically get a set of little that points that you could assign at the level up, so you could improve your soldiers whichever way you like. Basically, it's a really good customization tool. I like the fact that Mr. Mundy here has the best that. But first thing I'd like to explain is that we're not going to be too tied up to all these custom characters here, because if you didn't know already, if we're going to switch up everybody, we're going to keep T, of course, but we're going to switch up everybody else and basically let you guys decide which of these 5 characters here is going to be who, like whoever gets first dibs. Members do get first dibs, by the way, so you could actually go and enjoy my videos early, and you'll probably be able to comment as well early. Say characters you actually want to be able to play as. But we're gonna get started on promoting Timo here.
We may have chosen a different means of resistance, but our people fight for the same reason, for the world we once knew. Together we will end this occupation, or die trying.
Right. And let's see what stats we have here for Timo. Oh, skills. I'm more obliged to say. I love tactical rigging. Tactical rigging is very strong. Because it provides additional utility slots where most Reapers don't have. We could use things like proximity mines. We're not too much of a fan of squad sight. But if we have points left over, we could use. But we're not points left over with just above average combat intelligence here. We also have holo targeting, which is good with sting. So we could sting and holo target, but that's also much later in game. Same as tactical rigging, much later in game before we could use a useful item. We could use, for example, med kits. Those don't reveal the Reaper, but we don't want Timo running around with a kit. The right. A proximity mine is the way to go here. But okay, let's get started on the remote start. It's a nice thing to do because it's explosive targets gets twice as normal radius and twice as normal damage, and shooting at that target doesn't reveal the Reaper, and it's one of my favorite play styles here. So let's go ahead and keep that. Now we could get started on some of these characters, and the main difference between our normal playthrough and an RPGO playthrough. But before we get started on that, of course, I've forgotten to mention that yeah, we already talked about the membership program, but if you actually want to support me in any way, leave a like, share the video, dislike if you don't. Also subscribe if you want to see more of this series. They start uploading them, and also just leave a comment on what things you wanted to see here on the channel as well, and I'll see if I could oblige to that. Here we go. That's the first bit of difference that you're going to see here. We don't have classes. We instead have specializations, starting abilities. One really cool thing that I already noticed is that Riku here will make some changes. Is a veteran, so she is immune to status ailments. It's I think it's a bit of a wrong way around, actually. I think veterans are more vulnerable to status mental ailments, but let's just keep that conversation down low here. We have driven by vengeance. So +5 aim, +10 crit chance until next turn. Also, whenever it gets damaged, also you gain +2 will permanently. Interesting, because Riku here has increased hack ability, and starting with medic makes her prime target for a hacking character. Means that she could use medic and hack also we could have her as another scout tech character. But what characters we could have her as is going to depend mostly on what we need for our squad at any given point. So she has low aim. All of our starting characters, aside from Ramundi, has below average force team. But besides the point, let's have a look at Jinx here. Started off with Scout. Okay, so Scout, and she has synthetic genes. So immediately the soldier's natural aptitude is higher than the one that she's rolled with. that's pretty important. And former OO administration for advent assets plus allies +1 shredding against enemies. Oh, just line of sight. She needs to be in front. She also already has a scout ability. She has pretty strong mobility. She has poor aim, but that's fine. What this means is that she is prime for any kind of um, abilities here. You can see her stats here with Jinx. He previously had a I think normal gene pool, which soldier stats, which this is I think needs explanation. Yeah, you could actually add all of this extra stats into them to basically improve their
The new uniform isn't bad considering, but
stats
sometimes I do miss that damn sweater.
here. Yeah, you could see that with synthetic genes, she has a higher natural aptitude. And yeah, having I think this will make sure that she makes a very good assault. Cover, shadow strikes, relocation, steals, lots of extra shotgun shots, and yeah, with high mobility, I think we're gonna just make her a basic ranger. Yeah, there's character abilities that have been set up before are as yeah, they're good anyways. Let's go ahead and pick the loadout. Now that we've actually locked in her abilities, we could yeah change her weapons to the ones that we have set for her. You'll notice that with the RPGO, she could actually equip a sword as her main weapon here, and or as her secondary weapon. This glitches out the game a little bit, but yeah, I probably want her to have a shotgun sword like a normal. And also we could switch over to the scatter gun. Yep, scatter gun is actually quite it's actually just from the DLC, I think. Go ahead and just keep things as is. Yeah. And as overseer, kind of like little scouting abilities. That's quite strong. Now, which means that we don't need a scouting character so much anymore on Riku here, but still, she started off with scout medic. Yeah, we'll figure things out a little bit for her, but she's gonna be our medic. All right, so Leela, it's time to promote her. Let's see what abilities she gets. Ooh, okay. So she has a renegade. So she has 50% critical chance and 50% damage reduction bonuses when fighting healthier foes. She has Praetorian, so +10 aim on melee attacks, and she has Sentinel. Right. So what do I do with this? Sentinels are very, very, very strong. I do like Sentinels. I'm not a big fan of bullpups as a weapon though. But that being said, let's go ahead and think of what her secondaries would be. She has low mobility, and what could improve her mobility is, let's see, the difference thing is going to be Jack. Ripjacks is one of the best choices for Leela, I think, because with her skirmisher skills, she has Reckoning, which allows the slash attack. Slash attack. She has Retribution, which Ripjack attacks enemies that enters attack or melee enters or attacks from melee range. So she could be another good frontline / Overwatch character. Sentinel is pretty strong already, and but most likely The skirmisher abilities is mostly going to be for her to use the grappling hook ability to put her up into high ground. She also now we have a choice for her main weapon. Well, is we could either stick with a bullpup as her main weapon, which is not too bad, but I also like infantry because she could get a little bit of increased defense, but more importantly, she'll be able to equip the disruptor rifles. I think that's what the that's it's really strong, and also she could also equip a couple other really strong weapons as well. So infantry unlocks her main weapon of choice, some strong weapons, and we could still use plus 10 aim on attacks with the skirmisher Ripjack here. So that's our another character that we've picked up, and like I said, gonna name these guys after members first, and the rest later. Leela also needs priest. Let's just go and have a look at her loadout here. Stick with the old world assault rifle, and her pistol is going to be changed to the Ripjack. Yeah, very strong. Riku is going to be our dedicated healer here. So we could go with medic / hack. But we're not sure what we're gonna do for her other ability. Yeah, we'll figure that out a little bit later. Okay, let's look at our last two characters that we're gonna make some changes to. Promote more like. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Right, so we have damn good ground and professional. Plus 25% damage on Overwatch shots. Okay. And additional 10 aim and defense against target at lower L. Unfortunately, we rolled Saboteur, which we can't remove. But we see Saboteur has biggest booms, shrapnel, overkill. We have remote start. Okay, we have remote start. Total combat, throwing grenade, using items no longer ends the turn. Homing mines and sabotage. Claymores, composite explosive, mines. Okay. The thing is, he started off with Overwatch, the damn good ground. So what that means that we want Overwatch, and we want sniper. No question. Where are you, sniper? Yep. It's unfortunate that he has to have a saboteur, but we could just ignore that line completely and basically just set up our loadout so that Mr. Mundy, our sniper, is gonna be a sniper. And as much as we want to keep the pistol, we need to equip the claymore now. And yeah, that's his loadout for now. And I do believe Dr. Quinzel here, that's our last promotion. First off, I'll need to change her appearance a little bit. Switch her to the uniform action. That for her. Apply. Yep. And let's go ahead and promote her. Let's see. Ooh. Deep cover. Deep cover is very strong as a starting ability. That being is because we have, where are you? snipers hunker down. Hunker down and confers plus 20% aim to the first shot of following turn. So we definitely need a sniper with hunker down. And she already has gunsling. Wow. Okay. That leaves us with an additional choice. He has electrician, which plus 2 damage, get a free EMP grenade. We're not going to use that. We probably want something that complements the gunslinger sniper build, and usually it's going to be sentinel with kill zone. Yeah, let's go ahead and choose that. Yeah, okay, so we've got ourselves 2
The
snipers.
spokesman took a big risk getting inside Advent. Enough for me to believe he's loyal to our
Sure
cause.
that we
There may still be a few skeptics in the movement, but we've got bigger things to worry about than a man on a screen.
had Jeans over there for increased aim. She's gonna suck for a long while before we level her up. But yeah, rifle, pistol. You could switch up to a traditional handgun if you like, or an auto pistol. It works for both of them. Works for her. And yeah, the thing about Riku is that we do have. Okay, let's just go ahead and add stats for her. He has poor aim, but we still need to add all the aim that we can from them upgrades. Thank you very much. And let's have a look at our abilities. We're not gonna use too much of Driven by Vengeance, I don't think. But actually, thinking about it, let's go ahead and pick her as infantry hacker. Let's confirm that. We could either go infantry hacker or we could go with what's another interesting thing that we could go for? Not scout. We could go for gunner hacker. Why gunner? Well, actually, yeah, gunners aren't because she has low. I know what. Oh no, that's not. Actually, I wanted to use gunners. No gun. Low. I was gonna say low aim characters are better as grenadiers because bombs have guaranteed hit, and gunners also have weapon has shots that guarantee hits. And we also have gunner slot available. Question is, do I want that on her now so that she could be up front and tanking and doing some heals, or do you want to keep her as an infantry so she could get the tactical sense? It's interesting. It's an interesting choice. Actually, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna move this and just go ahead and pick the gunner, so that we have somebody who could use shredding, ammo slot. We have a lockdown. We have lockdown. Yeah, the ammo slot will be indispensable because medics and hackers usually have 2 of their slots occupied by healing and skulljacks. So having another extra bullet slot is nice. So we're gonna have shredding gun plus 50% against enemies who attempts to move and suppressed. So we get suppression, some chain shots. Chain shots not gonna be too strong on her though. And yeah, the other good thing about gunners is that they have their weapons have already their heavy weapon actually has a penalty to aim already, so you can't have it above 80. So it's decent. So it's a little bit unorthodox, but we have a healer with a minigun. Let's go and go pick some. What was that? Okay, we could build some items here. Oh, can't pick item yet. Okay. But we'll definitely need a med kit. So here's another mod that I've installed, which is Open Squad Select. And let's build some items. The med kit will be very important. Let's just pop that on her. This allows us to also kind of like select a squad before selecting a squad, so to speak. Or before going on missions. And we can't equip any of our actual additional items yet. All right, so that being said, these 5 characters, let's have a look at our soldiers here. Out Riku. So we're gonna have Riku, Jinx, Leela, Sniper from TF2, and Dr. Harley Quinzel. These guys will be our first soldiers to be renamed and re-edited to your liking. I'm gonna call upon my members first to make sure that you guys actually get first dibs, and anyone else who comments on the recruitment video will get second dib. Oh, I've forgotten to actually add stats to Turunga Leela, and some of our our other character here. Go ahead. The peak human stats. Oh, we went over 69. But confirm the upgrade. And over here, load your stats. Mr. Mundi. You could also see that as stats go higher, their AP requirements go up as well. Just confirm. And just so we could get things started, let's go ahead and select some operations that we could do here.
Commander.
So covert actions are a way to it's an interesting new way to play the game. In covert infiltration, most activities are launched through the covert ops menu. You could deploy as many soldiers as you have available on as many activities as you want, but please be careful how many you commit, because new missions will appear throughout the month and advent retaliation strikes can happen without warning. So to get started, click on the covert ops label on the bottom of the screen. Sometimes we won't have enough soldiers to complete every available mission. There's no strategic penalty for skipping missions, however, except for retaliation missions and Avenger defense missions. So those two we cannot skip. So our information on Advent's operations is currently quite limited. Expanding the resistance network will increase our number of missions that we discover each month. Once we gain the capability to do so, contacting new regions should be a major. Yep. So turn on that. Let's go say not now.
My people have thrown off the shackles of alien oppression. And through discipline, we have survived. We don't rely on the aliens' technology, and we would never live in their cities. We are
Not
the
sure
hunters
about recruiting centers,
who move in the shadows.
but popular
We
support
won't sleep until
is
the
actually
last
quite
alien is dead at our
important.
feet.
Right, so let's select the operation here. And you can see that we could locate a new faction immediately, which is going to be pretty strong. It's a good choice. Let's see what... oh, we have added will. Yeah, getting the Templars online is important. It's going to take us 14 days. This going to be rough. We also have a faction hero here. We can't do that until we get somebody sergeant. So we have also the unlocking the black market. We also have investigating rumors to get some new scanning sites. We can gain ability points, 18 ability points over here. And we got a new resistance order available, which is resistance contacts +1. Getting additional resistance contacts early is interesting, but I'll also probably want to prioritize getting Templar. So let's go ahead and go to a loadout here. Yeah, they're simple activity. They don't have a risk of ambush all the time, but getting a loadout will be kind of important as well. But this is a job for lesser soldiers, I do think. Let's have a look at soldiers with low will. The lowest of low wills are over here. So Dr. Zoidberg and Lulu. Like thinking through here. Lulu doesn't have going for her, does she? These no, doesn't. Dr. Zoidberg, neither. You. Okay. Right, so let's pick up somebody with decent stats. Let's pick Keanu. Go soldier compatibility. Works well with Dr. Zoidberg, actually. But actually, I want to pair him up with Mr. Mundy. We have 2 snipers, so let's see if this work out for him. Let's change it up so that he could wear a normal rifle. Dead. And see if these two could get some bonding going on here. Confirm the action. Again. Next up, we have the Uncover the Black Market. It's going to take 20 days, so let's get started on it. Go to loadout. We have a +7 dodge on a unit, but let's pick someone who we could send with better stats. I'm gonna pick Zoe here. She has good stats on both of these. Let's pick. Oh. Actually, let's go ahead and unselect Zoe. Reason being is I want the characters with better aim to go on missions with us. And ones with abysmal aim don't have to. Okay. Right. It is Homer and Rambo. So let's confirm that action. Begin.
I'll order my people to get underway immediately.
All right. So those are the missions that we want to progress for now. Investigating rumors gains us. It's 5 days for additional scanning sites. Ability points plus will negate risk soldier wounded with 25 intel. We're not going to do that. With RPGO, ability points are actually quite low. We're not going to do that either. All right, so let's go ahead and pick our scanning site. Give it 3 hours. And this is going to take 10 days to get a new scientist. All right, so immediately that's the thing that is different, is that what's called ability chains. No, not ability chains, activity chains. Activity chains basically says that there's a set of activities that must be completed in sequence to gain a large reward at the end of the chain. These chains will include either assault missions or covert infiltrations or covert actions. Well, the main rewards are usually given at the end of the chain. The early missions are good for XP loot. These stages are semi-randomized, and the structure of each chain final stage is usually the same, but the mission types and rewards prep will be varied. Activity chains are discovered at a time by Resistance informants and presented to Xcom for analysis. For more info, click on the chain button at the bottom of the screen or visit the commander's quarters. Right, so this is the covert action to start off with, and then an infiltration. Give me a sec, folks. All right, folks, a little bit of a uh, problem. I have some visitors over. They're going to demonstrate some new hardware to me, but for my rehab. But yeah, so I think it's a good time to just cut things off here. So, anyways, folks, it's me. I'm Biggy, and I'll be back. I will see you guys next time. Remember, this is the last chance for you guys to actually comment on if you wanted to see me, to see your soldiers up running. But yeah, me, I'm Biggy, and I'll be back, guys.